All right, so I've been really looking forward to this one. We're doing a deep dive today on this book, 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do by Amy Morin.
Ooh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
And it's I don't it's kind of like a guide, right? It helps you build up some of that mental resilience, which I think we could all use a little bit more of.
For sure.
Uh,
Like, how do you deal with those curveballs that life just throws at you?
yeah, exactly. And what I really liked about this book is Morin's approach, right? She doesn't really tell you like do this and do that. It's more about here are the things you should stop doing, these habits that might actually be holding you back.
Interesting. So it's like recognizing those self-sabotaging behaviors.
Yeah. And she really breaks it down in these 13 points, these don'ts
Mm.
that can make a huge difference in how you approach, like, well, everything, really.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Where do we even begin with 13 things?
Well, Maureen starts off, and this one might sound a little harsh at first, but she says, don't waste time feeling sorry for yourself.
Hmm, that's a tough one, right? Because sometimes you just need a moment to process those tough emotions.
Totally. Yeah, it's not about like denying your feelings. It's more about uh, like recognizing when you're getting stuck in a rut.
Yeah, like wallowing.
Exactly. It's about shifting your perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
From why me
Yeah.
to, okay, what can I actually do about this? It's that whole victim mentality versus an empowered mindset.
Oh, I see. So instead of focusing on what you can't control, you put that energy into things you can actually change.
Yeah, exactly. So, for example, like if you, I don't know, lose your job, right? It's natural to feel bummed out. But instead of just dwelling on it, you can use that energy to like update your resume or network and find new opportunities.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So what's the next don't?
This one's a big one. Don't give away your power.
Ooh, that's interesting. What does she mean by that?
Well, it's about recognizing those subtle ways that we kind of let other people or situations dictate how we feel or act.
Like being a people pleaser.
Yeah. Or constantly seeking validation from others, or maybe letting someone else's bad mood ruin your entire day.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing those patterns and starting to set some healthy boundaries.
So basically, it's about taking back control of your own emotions and reactions.
Yes, it's about owning your feelings and making choices that align with your own values and needs, not just reacting to what's going on around you.
That's powerful. So are we ready for number 3?
Okay, this one is don't shy away from change.
That's a tough one for a lot of people, right? Change can be scary.
It can be, definitely. It's like
Yeah.
stepping outside of that comfort zone. But, Morin's point is that change is kind of inevitable, right? It's going to happen whether we like it or not.
Yeah, that's true. You can't really stop life from happening.
Right. So instead of resisting it, mentally strong people learn to adapt and even embrace change as an opportunity for growth.
So it's about shifting your perspective from fear to curiosity.
Exactly. Like asking yourself, what can I learn from this new situation? Or how can I use this change to my advantage?
I like that. It's kind of exciting when you think about it that way.
Yeah. And, it doesn't mean you have to like love every single change that comes your way, but it's about developing that mental flexibility to roll with the punches.
All right, I'm ready for the next one. Hit me.
Okay, number 4 is don't waste energy on things you can't control.
Now, that one speaks to me. It's like, why stress about stuff you can't do anything about anyway?
Totally. It's about focusing your energy on your circle of influence. That's like all the things you can actually impact directly.
So, like, instead of worrying about the weather, you focus on packing an umbrella just in case.
Exactly. It's about recognizing what's within your control and what's not. It's a really powerful way to reduce stress and feel more empowered.
Totally. Okay, this is good stuff. What's next?
This one's a bit of a relief, I think. Don't worry about pleasing everyone,
Oh, yeah, been there, done that. It's exhausting trying to make everyone happy.
isn't it? And, it's just not possible. Mentally strong people understand that you can't be everything to everyone.
It's like that saying, you can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and there's still going to be somebody who hates peaches.
Huh. That's a good one. It's about being true to yourself and setting those boundaries, even if it means disappointing some people along the way.
So it's about prioritizing your own needs and values.
Exactly. And, it doesn't mean being rude or inconsiderate. It's just about being selective with your energy and your time.
All right, so how about number 6? What's Morin got for us?
This one might feel a little more daring. Don't fear taking calculated risks.
Ooh, that's interesting. So it's not just about being reckless, right?
Right, exactly. It's about weighing the potential outcomes. both positive and negative, and then making an informed decision.
Like starting your own business or, I don't know, asking that person out on a date.
Yeah, those are good examples. Mentally strong people are willing to step outside of their comfort zone and go for what they want, even if there's a chance of failure.
They don't let fear hold them back.
Right, because they understand that failure is just a part of the learning process.
I like that. Failure is just feedback.
Exactly. Okay, number 7 is don't dwell on the past.
That's another one that's easier said than done. We all have those moments we wish we could go back and change.
Of course, but Morin's point is that getting stuck in the past is like, well, it's like driving with your eyes glued to the rearview mirror.
You're bound to crash.
Yeah, it's about learning from those experiences, but not letting them define you.
Okay, I see. So it's about finding that balance between reflection and letting go.
Yes. Okay, number 8 is kind of connected to that. Don't make the same mistakes over and over.
Right. This is that self-awareness piece, right?
Yep. It's about recognizing your patterns and making a conscious effort to break those negative cycles.
So, like, if you're always getting into arguments with your partner about the same thing, maybe it's time to take a step back and figure out what's really going on.
Exactly. And it might take some trial and error, but the key is to be willing to learn and grow from your mistakes.
It's like they say, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
So true. Okay, number 9 might be my favorite. Don't resent other people's success.
Oh, that's a good one. It's so easy to get caught up in comparison and envy.
Totally. Especially with social media, right? But Morin argues that resentment is just wasted energy.
Because it doesn't actually do anything to help you achieve your own goals.
Yeah, exactly. Instead, she encourages us to celebrate other people's successes and use them as inspiration.
So it's about shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset.
Exactly. Because someone else's success doesn't diminish your own potential. In fact, it can actually expand your sense of what's possible.
Love that. Okay, what's next?
Number 10 is don't give up after the first failure.
Ooh, this is important. I think everyone can relate to feeling discouraged after a setback.
Oh, absolutely. But mentally strong people understand that failure is just a part of the journey.
It's like Thomas Edison supposedly said, I haven't failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work.
Huh. I love that. It's about having that grit and determination to keep going, even when things get tough.
It's about having that growth mindset, right? Believing that you can learn and improve with each experience.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, this one might sound a little counterintuitive. Don't fear being alone.
Oh, interesting. So it's not about being a loner or anything like that.
No, not at all. It's about recognizing the value of solitude, that time alone can actually be incredibly restorative and helpful for personal growth.
Yeah, sometimes you just need some space to recharge, right? To process your thoughts and figure things out.
Exactly. And, being comfortable being alone can also make you more confident in your relationships with others.
It's about building that strong foundation within yourself first.
Yes. Okay, number 12 is don't feel the world owes you anything.
That's a good one to remember.
Isn't it? It's about taking responsibility for your own happiness and success and not expecting things to just be handed to you.
It's about realizing that you have the power to create the life you want, right? It's not just going to magically appear.
Yes. Okay, last but not least, number 13, don't expect immediate results.
Ah, patience. That's a hard one, especially in today's world where everything seems to move so fast.
So true. But, Morin reminds us that building mental strength is a process. It's not a destination. It takes time and effort and consistency.
It's like you can't just go to the gym once and expect to have a six-pack, right? You have to keep showing up and putting in the work.
Perfect analogy. It's about focusing on those small, daily actions that will eventually lead to big changes.
So it's about celebrating the journey, not just the destination.
Yes, I think that's a great way to put it.
Wow, that was a lot to take in. It's like a whole toolkit for building mental strength.
It really is. And, even just becoming aware of these don'ts is a huge first step.
Absolutely. So for everyone listening, I'd love for you to think about which of these don'ts resonated with you the most.
And what's one small step you can take today to start applying it in your own life?
Because remember, building mental strength is an ongoing process, and every small step counts.
Yes, it's a journey, not a race. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you then.